Lesson 2.12 is finding angles. This is level 1. These are again like little puzzles, and you just have to use everything that we've learned in this unit to figure out a certain angle that's missing. So number 1 says in the diagram below, segment AB is parallel to segment CD. So I'm going to draw little arrows here on these lines to tell me these are parallel. That's a key for saying, okay, you've got some kind of transversal, which is happening right here, and then you can do your corresponding angles, your alternate interior, alternate exterior, all those can be used. And it already tells you that this angle here is 66 degrees, and this angle here is 23 degrees. Find measure of angle E. So this is our end goal. So let's see, we've got a triangle created here. So if I were to know some other angles, something here, I could figure out this one. So that doesn't help me right now, but if I see the 66 degrees, look where this angle's located. If I drop that down to here, these would be corresponding angles. So this would also be a 66 degrees. This then would allow me to use that exterior angle theorem, where it's these two inside the triangle add to make this one. Would I use that? Probably not. I would probably be more likely to think, well, here's a linear pair here. They have to equal 180. So I would have 180 minus 66. That would leave this to be 114. And then I know I have 180 degrees in a triangle. So 180 minus 114 minus 23 gives me 43 degrees. So I really enjoy these. Number 2, in the diagram below, segment BC is congruent to segment EC. So let's mark that up. BC would be here, EC is here. What that has created is an isosceles triangle. That creates angles that are congruent if you can pick out what the base angles would be. That would mean here and here. Remember, it's like shooting a gun or an arrow directly into that corner. And then it tells me the measure of DCF is 44 degrees, which is already marked. Find the measure of angle A, B, E. So the one in question is right out here. So let's see. I've got an X here. That means that these are vertical angles. They are congruent. So this would also be a 44 degree angle. Then in this triangle, I know there's 180 degrees. Minus 44 would be 136 degrees left between these two. Well, then I would have to split that in half because they are congruent, meaning each angle should be 68 degrees. And then all I got to do is my linear pair here, which is 180 minus 68. Which 180 minus 60 would be 120. 120 minus 8 would be 112. Okay. Number 3. Diagram below, we've got line AB is parallel to DF. So this line here is parallel to this whole thing here. That gives me transversals here and here. We've got measure of angle B, measure of angle CEF out here, and then we're trying to find the measure of ACB, which is right here. Okay. I'm dealing in a triangle here. So let's use this. Let's say this is my transversal here. Let's first do a linear pair here. So I know this should be 180 degrees. 180 minus 49 would be 131. No, 149. Sorry, so that would be 31 degrees here. Now, since this is under the transversal here and over here, those would be alternate, and they're inside the parallels. Alternate interior angles could tell me that this angle is also 31. So now I could find this angle because this is in a triangle. I'd do 180 minus 31 minus 49, which should give me exactly 100 degrees. Okay, last one. They tell us that segment AD is congruent to AE. AD and AE. That's create an isosceles triangle. Right away I know these two base angles will be equal. Also tells me that line BA is parallel to CE, and that CB, so I'm going to do 2 arrows, is parallel to DA. And then they give us some angles. We're trying to find the measure of angle BAD, B-A-D, here. Okay, so we've got an isosceles triangle here. I would find this angle. So now there's 180 degrees minus 52 divided by 2 makes this be 64 and 64. Here I've got a linear pair, so let's do 180 minus 64. Be 116. Okay, so from there, if I look at this as a transversal to my parallels, these two angles would have a relationship. They are consecutive or same side interior. They should be supplementary to each other. So 180 minus 116 would say that this angle is 64. Duh, I guess I didn't have to do that. Here and here would be alternate interior, so they would be congruent. So there's so many different ways that you can get the answers.